this party for the MTV Movie Awards. You know, I was starting to plan to really do my entree onto the scene as an actor. You know, I invited everybody. Everybody was there. The Beckhams was there. And I remember Beyonce was there.
With a lot of that, you correct, except for like with the freestyles, I never stopped that. Like that was really the only thing I could do off the rip. That was my way to, boom, keep doing what I'm doing. But when it come to like festivals and shit like that, that's controlled, you know what I mean? Like somebody press the button. You know what I'm saying? Somebody press the button, you get what I'm saying? And I gotta navigate my way through that. However, I navigate my way through that. That ain't something I can just, for me to even allow myself to get tricked into being in a space to where I feel like, I'm at the mercy of some who don't understand me as an artist anyway.
Folks, DaBaby just blew the lid off. Beyonce, Diddy, and what really went down behind those after-party doors. Hidden rooms, strange rituals, and A-list celebrities moving like it's some kind of secret society. This ain't hearsay. DaBaby was there, and now the truth's out the bag. Ever since Diddy got arrested, it was confirmed what people had been speculating for years. Diddy's parties were more than just late-night hangouts. They were elite gatherings where disturbing things went down behind closed doors. And now, DaBaby is breaking the silence. According to him, he crossed paths with Jay-Z and Beyonce at one of Diddy's infamous late-night parties. And that's when things started to get weird. There, Beyonce did something completely out of character. She walked up and introduced herself to him. Now, let's be real. When you're in the presence of someone like Beyonce, you introduce yourself. So why did she flip the script? Well, the internet believes this wasn't about being friendly or building connections. Allegedly, he was being handpicked for something much bigger and deeper. According to court documents, Diddy's so-called freak-offs weren't just after parties, they were twisted initiation rituals for Hollywood's elite. He claims these secret gatherings were filled with power plays, shady coercion, and disturbing demands, all under the disguise of bonding. DaBaby says he refused to submit, and that decision may have cost him everything. But here's where it gets even darker. One of Diddy's most vocal accusers, Ali Carter, confirmed that DaBaby actually saved himself that night.
I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested, and I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. Alright? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington.
Ali claims she was present at these events as a party favor while she was still young, and what she describes is straight up horrifying.
And not that who to give it to, I don't know. And if you're trying to come towards me right now thinking that, hey, maybe she'll testify against what?
I don't trust none of y'all.
Testify against who? Testify against the same corrupt justice system that's not doing a damn thing for anybody?
Let's be clear. You federal prosecutors, you have video surveillance from Diddy's house from 2008. Look in that 2008-2010 span, you'll find her video there. You want to send it?
So this parties have been going on for years, so who knows what other rappers were not able to protect themselves, unlike DaBaby. Sure, some folks think Ali's just chasing clout, but not everyone's so quick to dismiss her. If her claims are true, it raises questions about Beyonce's involvement in these gatherings. Was she just a guest or something more? Did she really have not the slightest clue of what had been going behind the scenes? And with DaBaby now exposing how these parties function, it makes you wonder if he was targeted for some kind of ritual or they wanted to force him into something totally against his will. But what happened next left DaBaby completely shaken, and his career hasn't been the same since. He says everything in Hollywood is controlled by some serious power players behind the scenes, and if you don't play by their rules, your career starts to crumble.
With a lot of that, you correct, except for like with the freestyles, I never stopped that. Like that was really the only thing I could do off the rip. That was my way to, boom, keep doing what I'm doing. But when it come to like festivals like that is controlled, you know what I mean? Like somebody press the button. You know what I'm saying? Somebody press the button, you get what I'm saying? And I gotta navigate my way through that. However, I navigate my way through that. That ain't something I can just,
Word on the street is that DaBaby's career decline wasn't just about public backlash or controversy. Some folks believe it's tied to something far more sinister. Allegedly, DaBaby might have been pressured to get involved in things he wasn't comfortable with. And because he wouldn't fold, his rise was cut short. Word on the street is these so-called after parties that happened not just at Diddy's place, but at powerful execs too, weren't just about music and champagne. There was a darker side that folks are finally starting to talk about. And get this, even Freddie P once said that Diddy used to show up strapped, using firearms and intimidation tactics to keep people in line.
When I got in the ride with me and Puffy hung out one night. We was in the Suburban, and he let me wear his ring. You know the first thing we discussed when we got in the truck. You know what he discussed with me? What type of you like, money? He said, what type of you like, money? I said, I got a stick at my crib. I said, I keep a 40. He's like, nah, man, I like my revolver. He said, I keep my revolver. And I think he had it on him. Like, at the time, we was in the truck. And he was like, I gotta have my revolver. And then I think one of the security guards will talk about what they like. I like my chopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just having, that's the kind of conversation he gave me one-on-one.
Seems like DaBaby wasn't the first to get a glimpse into Diddy's dark world, but his story hits different when you line it up with what Freddie P exposed. Both of these men got pulled into Diddy's twisted orbit and both came out scarred. Freddie P has been sounding the alarm for years, warning folks about what really goes down behind those crazy events. He even claimed he saw Diddy threaten someone on camera during one of those infamous freak-offs, some straight-up power play to keep everyone in line. Now here's the crazy part. Internet speculation says that person might have been DaBaby himself. And when you look at how his career took a sharp nosedive right after crossing paths with Diddy, it starts to look less like a coincidence and more like a warning.
He threatened my life in front of everybody. But it's like, I mean, what do? You think we're the only ones? Like I said, it became a behavior. I've watched Puffy threaten somebody on camera. He is on camera with him whispering in somebody's ear like, Playboy, like. And Puffy, look at Puffy. You think Puffy can beat somebody else? Like, I ain't gonna get it. He box, he got little hands now. But you think Puffy could really like beat most of the men he be disrespecting? No. Like I say, he addicted to that power and it turned into a monster.
As more layers of Diddy's freak-offs unravel, the allegations just keep getting darker. Freddie P didn't hold back. He says young male victims were being groomed, manipulated, and used in ways that left them broken. And get this, DaBaby wasn't just around the scene. Freddie claims DaBaby was terrified to speak out, knowing exactly how deep this mess went. One of the most chilling claims, a male victim was allegedly left emotionally destroyed after what happened at one of Diddy's events. So bad, Freddie said, the dude never recovered.
Just one person that really shocked me, and I want to say this, brother, I'm sorry for what you had to go through, man. And when I watch you, when I watch it back and I watch you, I feel more sorry for you because even I could see you was a weaker link, and he took advantage of that. And doing that, you redirect somebody's career.
Beyonce may be known for her powerhouse vocals and that flawless public image, but behind the scenes, the whispers have been getting louder. Word on the street is that she and her husband Jay-Z might not be as squeaky clean as folks think. For years, insiders have danced around the truth, using cryptic messages and industry code to avoid naming names.
You know, like a lot of people don't know, man, you know, I ain't gonna say who it is, but it's a real famous rapper and it's a real famous R&B chick.
Okay. Say Pimp had a tape.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say who was on the tape.
He didn't.
He didn't say, but people start.
I know who was on the tape.
Wait a minute.
Now here's where things get even wild. Word on the street is that Beyonce might have been caught up in a secret tape as well. And the one man who claimed to have that tape, none other than the late rapper Pimp C. But before he could ever release it or even speak more on it, he turned up dead, allegedly from a lean overdose. Now think about that. A guy holding something explosive suddenly dies under mysterious circumstances? That's really suspicious. And now, with DaBaby speaking about what goes down at Diddy's after parties, folks are starting to connect the dots. With all this unfolding and Diddy's trial set to commence soon, things are heating up fast. Allegedly, there are tapes floating around that show some of the biggest names in the industry doing things they'd never want the public to see. Now, with DaBaby breaking his silence and hinting that major players are pulling strings behind the scenes, it's safe to say the Diddy scandal is far from over, and the internet is going crazy over it. Kim and Beyonce were hella proud to be Diddy girls. They were feeding him just like Maxine. When Ye came out and spoke up, y'all blasted him. Diddy all this time was saying what he does with laughter. I'm sorry, but Beyonce is not innocent. She has known what is going on. Oprah, Ellen, Jay-Z, and many others need to fall with him. I don't believe for 1 minute that Beyonce is a victim. She knew about the parties and attended them alongside her husband. Stay tuned, people. There is more to come. If these allegations are true and DaBaby is right about who's controlling how the industry moves, there could be a massive takedown that pulls some of the biggest names down with Diddy. Is there more to this story than we know? Could the industry be hiding way more than it's letting on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next round of Hollywood shockers. And if you thought this was wild, click the next video to dive even deeper into all the drama behind your favorite celebrities. See you in the next video.